Okay. Let's see if we can make this work. I feel like it's much easier to start a game with Shuriken, because no matter what you do, you basically have the tools you need to get started. With Mutant, you have to pick your tools very carefully. What you want now, what you'll need later, what you'll want later, what you want now. It kind of sucks that it asks you to choose a character first. I think they changed this. It used to be the other way around. Arcanaut is like, if I'm going completely try-hard, Arcanaut is probably the way to go. Plus 2 agility, short blades, tinkering, scavenging, acrobatics, spry, and possible start with a strong artifact. Apostle is like the clear choice for Psychers. Greybeards are bad, Gunslingers are bad. They're thematic, but they're bad. Marauders are really, really niche. Pilgrims? They're just loaded up with utility and no actual useful traits. Nomads are interesting. They're Fremen from Dune, like on purpose. They're not bad, but they don't have like a lot of advantages either. They're really well rounded, I guess I'd say. Like +2 toughness, just more hit points. You know, Wayfaring you need on every character. Wilderness Lore Salt Dunes will help you get started, and it'll get you some free experience points. Isachari Reputation is just thematic. Recycling Suit is actually one of the best starting armors that you can get, hilariously. Plus free water, which mostly will help you travel. It doesn't really pay for anything. Harvestry, fine skill to have. Weathered, that's just elemental resistances, I think. So they're like generally good. Almost every single character in the game I start in the canyons, because if you go to the canyons you can get the free, well not free, but if you do a quest you can get Wayfaring, which is huge. It's free 150 skill points at level 3 or 4. Nomads start with Wayfaring, as do Pilgrims. Any class that starts with Wayfaring, probably best not to start it in the canyons, because you lose the main advantage of starting in the canyons. Scholar, Tinkering Intelligence, First Aid, Heal, Tactics, Customs and Folklore, Harvestry, 2 random Wilderness Lores. Scholar is reasonable. The problem with Scholar is it's got a lot of good skills to start with. It's like everything you want. It's got intelligence. It's got tinkering, first aid. Like a lot of these are really useful abilities. It has no combat power. So your Scholar is going to be great in the late game and die at level 1. Same with Tinker. Like exactly the same problem. +2 int, same way. It also has tinkering. Lay Mindset Bomb, I don't think it's super useful, but can't hurt, I guess. Disassemble, a good skill. Repair is decent. Tinker is, of course, really good. This also has Tinker. No, this is Tinker 1, though. Reputation with Barathamites is basically worthless. Begins with random artifacts and scrap, which could be good or could be worthless, and it's just luck of the draw. Warden, like Arcanaut, is just like a really basic, well-rounded starting stuff. Strength, blades, shields, guns, Warden rep, which hilariously has anti-synergy with shields, because the main thing that Warden rep is even useful for is buying the shield skill. It's fine. It's like You handicap your sort of late game ambitions in exchange for a bunch of combat abilities. It's basically the Praetorian and Trukin, but the Praetorian is a Trukin, which is a huge advantage. It's like all the same skills, plus being a Trukin. Like you get 2 extra bonus stats in exchange for, of course, mutations. Water Merchant's interesting. +2 ego's super good. Short blades are good. Snake Oiler is interesting. It's free water, basically. Rep with Water Barons? I don't know if that even does anything. Allows entrance to many settlements for purpose of trade. I only know of one instance in the game where this is useful. And that's that it lets you integrate early before you complete the quest, which is really strong, actually. I don't know if it affects any other situation in the game. Be interesting to find out, I guess. Starts with trade goods means you have a whole hell of a lot of starter money in the form of potentially rare items and just a ton of water. This is like, again, squishy, but you can turn the +2 ego into a plan. And Water Vine Farmer, which kind of sucks. Axe, harvester, cooking, toughness. Wilderness Lore Marshes is almost worthless. Joppa Reputation is almost worthless. Starts with access to farmers markets. I don't know what that means. I actually don't know what that means. Maybe it's some feature that makes this class better. I don't know. But I'm sort of putting it in my Gunslinger, Marauder, Greybeard category of just not being a very good starting class. So there's like 2 routes to basically go for with Mutant. No, there's 3 routes. I lied. There's the Marauder. Marauder's its own route. Because it's like the Centaur build. Where you pick the Marsh Tar icon and then you go back and customize what class you even are. The Strength Mutant, basically, is its own thing. And then there's Tinkering Mutant, and there's Ego Mutant. And there's some overlap between those. And then there's like a whole huge category of bad gimmicks. Which is, I think, how a lot of people learn the game, is they make some crazy gimmick. Like this. This is a crazy gimmick. This is not a good class. Burrower, Trap Setter, Night Vision. It starts with Claws and Tinkering. And produce electricity. This is a really weird build. It's like almost no actual synergy between any of the things this build has. So, I've been trying to find like the perfect mutant build for a long time. I keep trying it, and then I just play Trukin because I get sort of flummoxed, and then I win Trukin. Because you always have the tools you need as a Trukin. I don't... See, one of the main problems is that playing with Mutant often involves using minions, which is like a lot of work. It's a lot of work for like the same result as just having better stats. And it takes a lot of your character to commit to. You want the psychic ability, you want beguiling and domination. It's almost all of your mutation points just to have minions. So I think I don't want to use minions, which means I don't know if I even want a heavily ego-focused character. But the main reason to play a mutant is to get ego scaling. It's one of the main reasons. I think I want to go with Argonaut. I think it's just the safest bet. It's just a really good starting class. A little bit of extra defense, a little bit of extra stats, useful stats. Start with Tinkering. Start here. Okay. Now, one of the tricks to a mutant build is just going irritable genome and just being satisfied that you don't care what you're just gonna level up your mutations evenly, more or less, and you're never gonna buy new ones. And for that you get 4 extra points. We're also going to get triple jointed because it's... I feel like if you don't buy triple jointed or two hearted or double muscled, you're just going to lose. And that's all there is to it. You need one of these skills or you just won't have enough stats to get by. Then you want a bunch of mental stats. Probably. I'm not going to go with beguiling. I'm not going to go with domination. That's like a whole build. Psychometry is one I like a lot. But there's like an argument against it, which is just eat bananas. And that's a hard argument to defeat. So you could just eat bananas and then you gain 4 mutation points. Which brings me to, what do I do with my mutation points? The other option, of course, is not to go the irritable genome route and to try and go for random mutations, which give you better overall outcomes, because they, in theory, at the cost of consistency. But as I think I'm trying to make the consistent mutant build, I don't think I'm going to do that. What is the consistent mutant build that doesn't use minions? Well, temporal fugue is nuts. Teleportation is really strong. Oh, you know what's really, really strong? Is precognition. Probably going to get that. We need at least one attack spell. And it's not going to be beguiling, because we already said no. It's not going to be burgeoning, because burgeoning is as likely to kill yourself as it is to kill an enemy. Clairvoyance is pretty good. But it's not, like, vital. Confusion's really cool. I might want confusion. I don't know how good it is, but it's definitely fun. I'm sort of disillusioned with cryokinesis, disintegration. I don't know about those. Not going with domination. I've done ego projection. It's interesting. The problem with ego projection is that stats are just more useful when they're permanent. In general, because then they can apply to skills. The fact that you can't apply ego projection to skills kind of means that it's not that useful. Unfortunately. It's a cool concept. I just don't think it's worthwhile. Maybe if it costs way less. Force Bubble is very strong. It's very strong. I don't want it. I feel like it's, I don't know, cowardly? It's too defensive. I want abilities that are like cool and aggressive, powerful. Abilities that will kill my enemy, not just keep me safe from them for a while. Or if they are going to be keeping me safe for a while, probably teleport, because teleportation... Temporal Fugue, I know, is really strong. All of your... This is like a multiplier for your powers. You summon clones, and those clones also cast spells. You need a good spell to cast, though, for it to be worthwhile. And you kind of got to be careful because occasionally they'll hit you with the spells. Or guns, or whatever you are using. I don't think Siphon Vim's that good. It's fun. It's neat. It's not strong, though. Sundermind is extremely strong. Oh, this is another one we want. We want Mental Mirror. Probably want that no matter what. It lets us dump willpower safer when we're going for ego, because it lets us apply ego to our mental defense against the psychers who are going to try and steal our mind. Because that's how this goes. Confusion. Alright, we're starting to narrow our options here. I should get an attack spell. Can only get Temporal Fugue. Do I want Confusion? I do and I don't at the same time. It's also Light Manipulation. Like you can get like the Light Manipulation Temporal Fugue build, which is like the Activate Rave, basically. Can you actually get that? How many points am I short? 2 points. So it'd be Mental Mirror or Precog. It's so hard to pick the right skills here. This is the problem with using unstable genome or irritable genome, is it gives you more initial points, but really limits your ability to grow into like a full caster. You're still going to be item dependent with this build, which I think is fine in some ways. I'm short Sundermind also. Can I get Sundermind and Confusion? No. It's like Mental Mirror is boring, but the amount of times it's actually saved me when I take it is enough to make it justify the 2-point cost to me. Having some kind of mobility option is also really good, like teleport. I don't think it should be Confusion. I want it to be Confusion, but it's not going to be Confusion. I like Confusion because it's a big cone. But Confusion doesn't deal damage, and we need a spell that does damage. Preferably, we need a spell that does damage and scales with Ego. Sundermind does. It's also Mass Mind. Lets you reset a spell. Occasionally it resets your spells. This is a hilarious ability. I like it a lot, but it's so hard to get all the mutations you want. It does make me want to get rid of an irritable genome. We can still get Disintegration as a panic AoE. Actually, that's not the worst idea. Mental Mirror, Precognition, Disintegration, Sundermind. That gives us a single target AoE, protection from psychics, protection from bad decisions. Triple jointed. Alright, we'll try this one first. Okay. We need at least 16 strength. At least. We're gonna dump agility. But that's fine, because we're gonna get tons of agility. 16 toughness. 18 intelligence at least. 16 wisdom. Ego. If we go to 21 ego, can we go up to 19? Yeah, 19 intelligence. This might be... might be it. And we're gonna save this. How do we, yeah. Oh. Let's give this a shot. This is where we watch me die, get frustrated, and then make a new mutant for the rest of the night. And then when we do that about 6 times, then I play Trukin again and win the game. Wait. Looking for work. Wheeler to the east. Ishrubus Karumir, also to the east. What do we have equipped? Garbage. What do we have in inventory? Also garbage. Don't disassemble yet. Would you be willing to recover it? Recover what? Discovering the virtue of the Merchant's Guild, we changed our ways and imaginary rituals. May Iron Shake take us. Mayor Shishur lost our Merchantcian Boomrose arrow at the layer of the Snapjaw legendary. Yeah, okay. And you. Oh my god, it's a cherub. Yes, I will locate a drum and caravan. It's a good 2. Wait. Somewhere between 2 and 6 piercings north of Teneva Spade. Got it. How bad is my starting armor? Real bad. Let's get better armor. Yep. We have 0 AR. Oof. Let's at least get a little bit. Admired, hated by Giersch. That's okay. The other problem with making a perfect mutant is they tend to be boring. And if you're gonna be boring, you may as well be playing Trukin also. So in some ways, it's better just to commit to a meme, even though they're worse. Maybe we'll do a bit of that later. Depends on how early and often I die. What's our dex at, by the way? 16, yeah. The other problem is mutants have a hard time getting decent strength scores without fully committing to strength as a plan. Oh, hey, a thing. Ever chef history, nice. Sure. Get whatever this chair is. Plus this statue. Okay. 10 of a spade. So it's 2 to 6 north of here, which means it's probably in those canyons. Probably right here. Wait, hold on. I'm lost. I discovered the lair of a Snapjaw. Quest. 10 of a spade, yeah, that's what I thought. We should eat. Oh, hey. Mechanimists. Free mushrooms. And I'm no longer lost. Okay. The 10 of a spade is... Wait, I don't want to be here. Legendary glowfish, I don't care. I discovered some ruins. Great. Leave. Alright, cool. North. And west. To eat again. Snapjaw, it's time to get some basic loot. Let's start with the disintegration. Oh, these items are terrible. West. No, they should be somewhere on this screen, I think. I should say my really good mental powers for something actually dangerous and not a regular snapjaw. Kind of no matter what stage in the game you're in, that's a good item. Like this guy. This is one of those guys who you should sunder. Come on, die. Uh-oh. Yes. I died. From what? No. Did you take damage from casting that spell at all? Alright, we'll try this again. I don't know how many